Hi Taurus, it's Sloan Rhodes here with your life purpose, career, and money reading for January 2020. Happy New Year, everybody. So this is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and I'm offering this reading today just as a fun way to kick off 2020. I haven't done these readings in a long time, but I thought it would be a nice offering for everybody. So let's go ahead and get started. Today I'm going to be drawing one card from the Money and the Law of Attraction deck as the overarching theme. It's by Esther and Jerry Hicks. And then 3 cards from the Life Purpose deck by Doreen Virtue, Past, Present, Future. And then 1 card from the Money Tarot by Eugene Vinitsky, looking at your money for the month. So let's go ahead and get started. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, this card flipped right up, so I'm going to go with that. I want to harmonize with what I believe is good. And under the deck, the subject of money is really 2 subjects. And under that, I can earn money by doing what I love. That's so important. You know, it's important for everybody. But Taurus people love to feel connected to the earth and the earthly plane and what they do. And they love the richness of life, you know, in the material plane. And so the idea of actually doing what you love and earning those you know, the money for that really is exciting to Taurus people. And we have the subject of money is really 2 subjects here. I'm not going to go into all of these because I'm trying to keep all of these readings relatively short so I can get through all 12. But the main card here, I want to harmonize with what I believe is good. And this is the card that flipped up, and it's number 24. And so I do see, Taurus, as you go into January 2020, that there is some overcoming of difficulties. You've been through something, and now you are really kind of starting to hit your stride. And 2020, I think, is going to be, especially January, will be a good month for you in terms of what you're wanting. And we have this idea of harmonizing, you know. So there is a theme of music here for many of you Taurus people. As well as blending. It's okay to, and we have the subject of money is really 2 subjects. So we have this idea for Taurus people of blending, harmonizing, working in conjunction with someone else or something else. It may be that you have 2 jobs, and it may be that you have your one job that earns the most money, and then your other job that you know, that where you, it may not even be a job yet, it's the hobby or the thing that you love to do, and you're not sure that you can earn enough money with it yet. That's okay. They're beginning to blend, right? The Venn diagram, there's starting to be more connection there between what you love and how to make money. And again, for some of you, it may be that you are harmonizing with another. You have a partnership or something like that. It's very possible for the month of January. And it's important for you to feel grounded in what you're doing. And in order for Taurus people usually to feel grounded in what they're doing, there has to be some level of sort of a tactile enjoyment of it. Whether it's something that hits your senses, you know, and you want to feel creative with that, abundant with that. That helps you. And the more that you are feeling abundant with what you do, the more that you are feeling a sense of creativity or creative spark, or a sense of luxury, that gets your juices going. You know, that really excites you and helps you maintain your motivation, because I know it can be hard sometimes for Taurus people to maintain their excitement. You know, they can fatigue quite easily when they aren't feeling taken care of. Again, because I feel like for Taurus people, all of your senses are being kind of stirred a lot, and so I think that can lead to some fatigue sometimes if you, again, aren't feeling like you're being taken care of, or what you're doing isn't taking care of you, or you just feel overstimulated sometimes. Okay, so for the month of January, past, present, future, what's going on? The guidance. What's the guidance for Taurus? Sun, Moon, and Rising. artist, Engaging in artistic activities is beneficial to your career in every area of your life, as I mentioned, that creativity. The present, yoga. Aries just got this in the same placement. Again, your physical body, grounding yourself. And school. The answer that you're seeking involves going to school. It may be that you're finishing up school. It may be that you are eyeing graduate school. This is in the future position, sort of towards the end of January, early February here. It may be that you just want to take some classes so you can hone your skills in whatever it is you're doing. So we have, going into January, you have the artist card in the recent past. Again, artistic sensibilities, the way that you create in the world. It doesn't mean that you necessarily have been doing art in the traditional sense, but it's about appreciating art, appreciating the artistry and the creativity in the world, whether you have actually been engaging in it or you've just been watching it and enjoyed it and thinking about it. You know, there's lots of different ways that you can look at this card, but it lightens you up. It gives you a sense of freedom when you are engaged in the artistic world, in the creative world, and whatever that means for you. We also have travel into the deck. Maybe that you're traveling around a lot more too, or have been in the recent past. It's an underlying energy, so it feels more like it's something that you've been engaging with, and it's kind of grounding you a little bit too. And it may be that you continue to travel more, whatever way that means for you in January. Okay, so yoga right here in the center. Your life is enhanced by yoga, stretching, and exercising. It is very, very important, as you are an Earth sign Taurus, to make sure that you do ground yourself in whatever you're doing. Take a moment throughout the day to breathe and remember that you are an embodied being. Move your body, right? It doesn't mean you have to do yoga. All that, for some of you, that may indeed be the case, or you may, if you've been wanting to get your yoga certification or just do yoga classes, or just stretch, right? Understand that how your body is a temple, right? Nourish it more, take care of it more. Recognize how when you are in alignment with what feels good to you, when you take a moment to breathe and center yourself in the embodied experience of being a human being, then that allows you to gather energy. You know, your Earth sign, you gather energy from the material, from the earthly plane, from Mother Gaia. You know, ground yourself in that. Feet on the floor, drink some water, take a deep breath, walk, stretch, hug a tree, you know, this kind of thing. Very important for Taurus during the month of January. And it may be, again, with school here, the answer that you're seeking involves going to school. Doesn't mean it's traditional school. It could mean just taking a class or learning, you know, having a mentor, someone to mentor you. We kind of see that here, like this could be perceived as a mentor to this young student. But for some of you, it may involve going back to traditional school, even accounting classes, you know, something to help ground you. For Taurus in January, it's really important to ground yourself in the world. When your roots are down, Taurus, when you are feeling very centered and grounded to who you are in your embodied experience, this allows you to be with others, to harmonize more beautifully with others in whatever way that is. Whether it be musically, whether it be financially, whether it be doing two different kinds of jobs and blending them, you know. But you have to come back to yourself first here, Taurus, and ground yourself. Again, feel your connection to the earth. For some of you, yoga may indeed help that, especially if you're considering going back to school, because school can be very, very mental, and that can throw you off sometimes. You can do it, very bright, but ground yourself first. And this idea of the subject is money is really two subjects. This is a very deep kind of statement. Let me see what they say on the back here. So the way they're talking about it here is the subject of money is really two subjects: plenty of money and absence of money. And it may be certainly you have been experiencing that, you know, a void. But for me, as I feel it for you too, it's also about, can I make money? Can I sustain my life with doing what I love, or even doing very little, but doing it well? Or do I need to work the grind in order to survive? And so it's something you may have been thinking about quite a bit here. All right, let's get one more card around your money from the Money Tarot by Eugene Vinitsky. And if you've been out of school and thinking about finishing up your degree or whatever, you can begin to take those steps if it resonates with you, because you're being encouraged here with this in the, towards the end of January into February. Go ahead, start to see what that would entail. Or classes, all of that. Honing your skills. Certifications. All right, so for January 2020, what's the message for money? Around money for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Three of Wands. This is such a cool deck. So I'm really drawn to this bird of prey here. It kind of feels like it might even be a falcon. And I'm thinking, with the falcon, it may not be, but that's my perception. We have the idea of the falcon and then the falconer, right? And again, we have two things. We have harmonize, we have the subject of money, it's two subjects, this idea of two different things, two different people. So it may be for Taurus that there is indeed this sort of partnership, this idea about partnership or working with another, wanting to harmonize or blend elements, right? Bringing things together. And with the Three of Wands, besides the falcon and the falconer, so let me just stay on that imagery for a second, around your money, who's calling the shots? Are you calling the shots on your money, or is someone else? Something to think about. There's no right or wrong answer, but where do you want to be? Do you want to be temporarily free but then called home? Or do you want to be the one who sends out the messages? If you look at a falcon as carrying messages, whatever. And because we do have the Three of Wands, it's about communication, planning for the future, sending out messages, waiting to receive. Again, we have this idea of two different elements here. A big theme for Taurus people. And again, the Three of Wands is about that communication. Keep the communication going. Again, if you want to go back to school, start sending out emails, make phone calls. Don't just, wait, check your spam folder. Keep it going. If someone sends you a text and you just forget to respond, usually, this time send it back. If you have a question about something and you haven't seen someone in a while, go ahead and send that text. Hey, are you interested in, are you still doing that thing? I thought, could we get together? And maybe in the back of your mind, you're thinking, maybe we could collaborate in some way. This kind of thing is a lot of energy around collaboration, partnerships, or just blending two different elements of your life into something that feels stronger. Grounding yourself. Okay, I hope that you find that helpful, Taurus. If you have any questions, of course, you can leave them here, and I may be able to answer them or I may not. And just to remind you that all of my YouTube videos are available in audio format, so you can listen to them when you're driving around or doing your errands. There's links below. And if you'd like a session with me or a video reading, you can go ahead to my website, sloanrhodes.com. And in the meantime, I wish you a very happy New Year.